go around them, and kill them. GG. Wow, that was that was really cool. Awesome game. Hello YouTube, welcome to ImNotFine. Today we are going to have a look at Zilortha Strength Incarnate, or rather Godzilla, King of the Monsters in Historic Brawl. This deck aims to win by playing creatures and going face and winning off of that, hopefully. That's the basic rule aggro plan you guys know and love, right? We have a bunch of creatures that can go face, obviously. We have a bit of ramp with like Lotus Cobra, with Ilysian Caryatid. Then we go into our bigger monsters. And it all ends with the king of monsters, Godzilla. Well, not really. Our real top end is something like a Ghalta or a Great Henge. We have some, again, some value engines, like the aforementioned Great Henge. We have some Planeswalkers. We have a lot of ways to make our things uncounterable, with Rhythm, with Domri. And then can also just draw cards off of Guardian Project and Toski. There is nothing too special in this deck, except one card that I think is amazing. And that is Sarkhan's Unsealing. And it is something in this deck. Because our commander is a 5-drop with 7 power, the way this works out, we play this on 4 mana. So that's potentially turn 3 with mana dorks. And then we play our commander the turn afterwards, basically the perfect curve with 4 mana into 5 mana. And then we deal 4 damage to everything the opponent has. 4 face, 4 to each creature, 4 to each planeswalker. And we basically just have a one-sided board wipe. And this is on cast, so even if they counter my commander, this still goes through. And then we have even more cards that have 4 power. We have like a 4 power sub-theme in this deck, kinda. And man, this cat got out of control really quickly. Yeah, other than that, we run a snow mana base for cards like Blizzard Brawl. Not much else. Yeah, and Sculptor of Winter. Basically, all of our mana dorks also just can swing in, at least with 2 power. Some fight effects, ways to deal like to deal damage after we get wiped. Something like Chandra helps, or like just Phoenixes with Rekindling Phoenix, Glory Bringers, Goldspan Dragons, like just good reach creatures. The way to close out the game after, and we try to come back, right? It's nothing too surprising, but man, hopefully it works. I mean, I know it works. It's Gruul aggro. Has to work. It's a great deck, and if you do enjoy it, please consider liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and if you don't like this deck, then just type in the comments how much you hate it. Hope you enjoy the video. We are ready to play against Nikobolas the Ravager, and I assume he's got like 2 friends. I usually don't look at names, but I thought that was funny. I mean, no red, but at the same time, no red, right? So, do I care? I think I like the curve. Sure, let's try and keep it. Okay. Yeah, mono green Stompy coming in through. Yep. Okay, Heartless Act. It's kind of fine. Ooh, Ilysian Caryatid. And then we go with Gorklaw. Yep. I assume they have more kill spells. Grixis control is usually the bane of like Gruul aggro decks. Not much we can do about that, but it is what it is. Hope they just play like a Mana Rock or something like that. It would be nice. Yeah, that opponent, that would be nice of you. Okay. I smell Counterspell. We still run it into this. Or a Kill Spell. I don't think this will live. Yep, that's fine. We can still just play an Elder Gargaroth here. I likely just discard the Drowsing Tyrannodon to the Nikobolas here. The Drowsing Tyrannodon is great in like against white weenie matchups where just having a 2 mana 3/3 is really strong. I think I'd rather play the Elder Gargoth over my commander here. Seems really great. Because I want to draw cards off of this or just gain... Not even sure if I want to have a board presence or draw cards. Ooh. They don't have black anymore, so what can they potentially get off the Grim Tutor? Luminous Band. Liliana, maybe? Okay. If that's Liliana, I could just lead on the God-Eternal Rhonas. Then if that gets countered, that is fine, to be honest. Oh, we double the power of each other creature. And we swing with Gargoth. And we could draw a card. Or we could just not draw a card. Draw versus 3/3. I feel like this is an extinction event, and against extinction event... yeah, I think I will just make a 3/3. If it's a Blood in the Snow, then I would have really loved to draw the card, obviously. They do play Snow Basics, so I think... Ooh, Brainstorm, sure. I think it was a toss-up. Maybe I should have drawn the card. Something like a Great Henge would have been an amazing draw, like absolutely amazing draw, right? We just need one like value engine to hit the field. They didn't put Dicabolas the Ravager into the graveyard, so I don't assume it's a Blood in the Snow. Otherwise I could have brought that back here, because they have enough snow. Wait, are you sure? I just kill you, opponent. What do you mean? I just play this, double my power, and kill you. Am I delusional? Sure. Swing in. I'm going to play around a bounce spell. And yeah, now we draw cards. Sure. Frostbite. And that's still 12 damage to your face. GG. Yep, that was the game. We beat Grixis Control. Pretty cool. We are ready to play against the Royal Science. I think I want to get a bit on the board early. Like if I had a tutor, this would be really nice, because just like Planeswalkers against control decks, you know. This has a Den of the Bugbear, sure. The card quality-wise, this is obviously much worse than the first hand, but I do have just a bunch of heavy hitters I can draw into, and just I really wanted to tutor up. Oh yes, that is one of the heavy hitters I was thinking of. It just draws a ton of cards. Doesn't hit, but it's heavy, and I like it. Ooh, yep. Also, Bolt Band is a really fun card if you play Power 4 or Greater Tribal, like this deck does. I would love to play this in Ghalta if I could, but yeah, there's some nasty things you can do with this. Like, if they like Murderous Rider your stuff, then you just instead kill that Planeswalker or whatever they have, and it's just really obnoxious. Okay. Awkwardly, we don't have anything here to play. Mesmerizing Benthed. Okay. Sure, bolt one of the illusions. And I think it's just so important to get this Guardian project on the field that I want to resolve it here. I could have killed an illusion and then swing with Primal Might, but I don't think that does me any good here. I like just Guardian Project, like, hands down, amazing card against anything remotely slow. Are they on Octopus Squid Tribal? I love this. Let's go. I don't have enough green to actually fight this and then play the Zavala, so I will just follow it up with Godzilla, King of Monsters. And gain a counter, swinging. They probably just let this go through. Yeah, as expected. And now, if I untap, I have Bolt Band, and that, like, there are some really cool things this card can do. Like, it can counter a counterspell, basically, because it can redirect the counterspell to target the Bolt Band instead of the creature. Oh, like that I have on the stack, if it's a legal target as well, right? Okay. Oh, okay, and yeah, I keep up Bolt Band. I draw a card. Put counter. I exert. Go face. Go face. I can kill this phage. Yep. Boom. Yeah. Zilortha doesn't untap here because they have a squid, but I think that's fine. We just go face here. And meanwhile the Nessian Hornbeetle is just growing and growing. They have a bounce spell. I can also, if they reverse rebuke, I can change the target from me to them, so they have to return everything to hand. Like, there's so much utility here that it's just hilarious. I love it. Iron Crack Pyromancer. Yep, and my cards are too big. It's ability. I could have redirected this, but nothing here would have died, so not worth it in my opinion. Doesn't give trample, so that's kind of awkward. I do like, yeah, Pelt Collector, Vivian. Yep, draw. So we Pelt Collector first to see what we draw. Vivian and keep up Bolt Band, and then we plus grow the Pelt Collector as well. Okay. Yeah, and let's just Bolt Band and redirect it to Bolt Band, and now they countered the Bolt Band, and I have effectively put on a counterspell. So this is the question: trample or reach? I think I do like reach. And we could basically trade this Benthet for this Nessian Hornbeetle, but I don't think that is worth it. And we just go for lethal next turn here. They can ultimate the Royal Sands all they want, but it doesn't help them if they're dead. So, yeah. They do get to filter a bunch of cards. Narset, not very useful in this case, I agree. They could hit the 3/3. Yeah, that's fine. And then it dies, and I get another counter on the Pelt Collector. Yep. This has trample. Here's the problem. Teferi phases something out, so yeah, that's annoying. Yep. Interesting. Okay.
How rude.
Ooh, that's a Lotus Cobra on top. Yeah, I like that. Sure, play it. Draw. See what we get. So this Teferi is kind of a problem. I could just Shatter Skull, divide 3 damage. Yeah, I think I like that. 1, 2. Yep. Oh wait, no, that's. Yeah, divide 2 damage. That's between 2 targets, right? Yeah, okay. So I can actually play this Paradise Druid first. Oh, actually, the Paradise Druid is also just straight up free, right? Mm-hmm. Because I pay 2. Okay. They face this. Oh, that's massive. They face that out. That's a problem for them. Because I draw a card, but that's a land, so I can then just add a green. Yep. And yeah, so I think I could have lethal here, but I think I still have a counterspell or something like that. Kind of want to deal 1 damage to this Teferi and this 1/1. I think I like that. Okay. Pay 2. You. Yep. Kill you. They brainstorm in response, that's fine. And do I... Yeah, and I think I use the 1 mana to fight here. With the Mesmerizing Banthet. That is also pretty good. Yep. Sure. And 1 mana fight with you. I could also fight with this Ironcrag Pyromancer. Interesting. Nah, let's fight with the Banthet. And I think they're out. Might just be a Royal Science ult, so I'm just going to divide my damage like this, and no, they have a problem. Yep, they could block everything on the Royal Science, but it still takes some damage, so it can't ultimate.
Get away from me!
Yep. Goes back to 1. So, let's see. Royal Science probably pluses, probably using the Arrogant Pyromancer to probably shoot down the 3/3 that was just created. I have a gold spend ring. There are a bunch of things I can do here. I leave the 3/3 alive. I also get a Glory Bringer, and the Glory Bringer can just kill the Ironcrag Pyromancer. Ooh, that is pretty good. Also, thanks Discord, I guess. Yes, put everything into hand. Oh no, this is phased out. I'm sorry, opponent, but I still get my Glory Bringer and a Gold Spend Dragon. So that's amazing. Do not disturb. And one day I will learn it, probably. I can... No, I'm a bit man off, but just play some hasty big boys. Yeah. Attack. If I go face, they just die in 2 turns. Yeah. So they could Ironcrag, Probable Alliance, and then plus Royal Science, but that doesn't actually save them. Cat, please, what are you doing? So I go face here, create a treasure, and I'm just going to play this over my Planeswalker because it's just way more damage on the board. And if this was the if they had better ways to deal with the bot, they would have done it, so I don't think they have another wipe here. And then if they have another wipe, they probably don't have a counterspell to go with it, so I can't just play my dragons again. Yeah, and that's the game. GG. We already play against Zilortha the Gravetide. And let's see. Yes, that's a keep. Wow, look at our mono green aggro deck. Doing work. Sure. Lair of the Hydra. Start out with that. Ooh, Mana Dork. Are we being creative today? Who would do such a thing? I could. No, if I had a 3-drop, I would go with the Werewolf Pack Leader, but as is, I'd like to curve into Questing Beast to bring in the beats. Okay. That's fair, I guess. Oh, I do want double red now, so we like that. Questing Beast, Glorybringer, bunch of options here. If they tapped out for this Paradise Druid, that would have been nice, but oh well. Questing Beast and then attack with everything, draw a card. Yep. Ooh, they double block. Respectable. Also makes a lot of sense if they're a Zilortha deck, obviously. Eldest Reborn. This is getting problematic. Let's see, what do I want to discard? I think I want to just play my creature that is bigger than their commander. And we discard Druid. We don't need the ramp here. Oh, grass. Ah. Bunch of removal. Bunch of good deck building decisions, sadly. Let's see. If I play Vivian, they just get a Questing Beast out of my graveyard. If I play a creature, they just get a Chupacabra out of their graveyard. So I assume the only viable play here is Colossus. Then I assume... yeah, sure, the tracker is fine if they just get the Chupacabra over the Questing Beast back, because that means that I still have the Clue token here to get advantage, and I feel Colossus is just going to be amazing. Okay, and we start exiling the graveyard. Yep, they still get the Questing Beast, so I'm absolutely fine getting this Briarbridge tracker here. And big problem here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So yeah, I start by exiling the Ravenous Chupacabra, and then I go into a... I think that's how I do it. Yeah, I need to get their recurable removal out of their graveyard. Okay. By you. Uptick. And reach against something like a Rankle. Don't think Vision. Yeah, sure, just reach. That's fine.
I called, and Ikoria answers.
We do have a Primal Might to fight something here. So if they go Zilortha and then Omen of the Hunt, we're just getting a ton of value from that. The next card I'm going to exile is Eldest Reborn. I just want to get all the removal out of the graveyard with Colossus. Let's see. So we knew this was on top, so maybe I should have given it trample, right? So they now play a land and now go into Elvish Rejuvenator, I believe, is the best one here. Oh no, they go into Omen. Okay. Now I can just make this Primal Might play I wanted to do. And the longer they can't bring back big things with Zilortha, the more time I have to exile those big things out of their graveyard with Colossus. So wait, I can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I'm currently just thinking what 4 or less mana creature I have there in the deck, but I probably just want to hit them hard with this Primal Might. I need to buff it at least by 4. So yep. Yeah. I don't think there was like an in-between play I could have done there. I could have obviously exiled a land with Clothis and then have 1 additional mana, but I think this is still decent the way, like, yeah. I'm happy how this turn played out. Again, Reach, maybe Trample. Trample versus Reach. I don't think I need Vigilance. Hulamog, the Ceaseless Hunger, exiling Clothis and that. And that is lethal. Yep. That's a good game, because I hasten with Glorybringer, go around them, and kill them. GG. Wow, that was that was really cool. Awesome game. We are done with the games. I hope you enjoyed them as much as I did, and yeah, Godzilla, King of Monsters, or rather, Zilortha Strength Incarnate is a pretty cool commander. Just your classic Gruul aggro, go big, go or go home style of gameplay. It's a lot of fun. There are a lot of Gruul commanders you can play that all work very similar, but also have their like little deck building tweaks. So for example, Halana and Alena is what I believe to be the actually strongest Gruul commander in Historic Brawl right now. You want to basically play creatures that are really have no business having haste or just having additional counters, because this is pretty amazing. Whereas like Zilortha, you can abuse cards like Bolt Bend a bit more consistently because you play a lot of high power creatures, and Sarkhan's Unsealing is basically the best card in the deck if cast on curve and if it resolves, obviously. And even in this deck, if you stay just with this commander, you have a bunch of options to like just put into your deck. There is you can't put too many wrong cards into this deck, really. Yeah, like I had a hard time cutting this. Anyways, talking about cutting, if you want to play this deck on a budget, what can you cut? What do you need? And this specific version is pretty expensive, not gonna lie. But you don't need half of these cards. Like you just want to have a similar split of cards. So what do I mean by that? You want some fight effects, right? But it doesn't need to be Primal Might. But as you saw, Primal Might has additional upside that can be extremely relevant, like in the Muldrotha game, right? You want, again, some cheap interaction. They can be fight effects, they can also just be Lightning Bolt, whatever. You want some card advantage engines. Those usually are rare or mythics. So card advantage is anything that gets you additional cards. Shape of Sanctuary. You can have Ranger class, Vivian, Guardian Project Toski. Those are more likely to be rares or mythics, and I think those are the cards you should start crafting, because the big monsters are sometimes interchangeable. So yes, I think these are the best ones. That's why I've obviously put them into the deck. But if you have some other 3-drops that have high power, sure, just play them instead, right? And you don't need to play specifically something like a Combat Celebrant or something like that, right? That's totally fine. So yeah, that's basically where I would start. Craft the card advantage engines, and then just craft the cards that you would use in more decks. So something like a staple card like Lotus Cobra or Lightning Bolt. That's what I would recommend. Even maybe just a land. Embercleave is also obviously a staple card. I would craft those. Basically, the cards that you play in other decks. So if you're short on wild cards, it's really important to have cards that can be put into multiple decks. Yeah. Hope you enjoyed today's video, and I will see you tomorrow.